Hello everyone! So, long time no see. So, I've been getting a lot of requests on my Instagram to do a GCSE artwork flip through. Like, I've been getting a lot of requests like from DMs and like on question stickers and stuff. So I thought I might use this time because, as you probably know, the UK and most of the world actually has gone under self-quarantine and self-isolation, and I really have quite a lot of time on my hands. So I thought I might as well use that time to make some YouTube videos. I really want to get back into it. So I'm going to be revamping this channel and I'm going to be making it into an art channel because they're very popular at the moment. So I thought it would be a great opportunity for me to utilize my artwork. So I thought I would start my channel by making a video showcasing you all of my GCSE artwork because I was lucky enough and I did receive a 9 at GCSE, which is incredible. I did not expect it, by the way. I thought I was going to get maybe a 6 or a 7, maybe an 8, but I got a 9. So I thought I would be able to share with you my journey and how I got to a 9 at GCSE. And I did it in quite a different way from quite a lot of people. Because I really don't like working in sketchbooks. I like just doing big finished pieces. This might be an opportunity for you to see how you could improve on your own artwork, or maybe you could do something differently, or just a different way of working for you. So I really hope you enjoy. This will probably be 3 parts because I have 3 large books which I filled up with artwork. So yeah, I really hope you enjoy, and I will, get on with showing you my GCSE artwork. I'm really excited to see because some of it I haven't looked at properly for a long time. So yeah, hope you enjoy. Also, by the way, I apologize for like the bad quality. Like, I'm literally just using all the equipment I have at the moment. I just have a cheap tripod, a cheap camcorder. I don't have any fancy equipment. I'm just using what I have, and if these videos do well and I plan to do more, then I will invest in some more high-tech equipment, but for now I'm just using what I have, so please excuse the quality. Thank you. So the first topic that we looked at was a sense of place, and I honestly really didn't take it seriously. So you'll see that the artwork quality in this is not up to my standard. If you know me, like, I'm not trying to big myself up or anything, but I know I could do much better than was in this book. And I was really not that great at art when I first started doing this, but then I improved and it was all good. So yeah, the first topic was a sense of place. So my first sense of place, if I can get it into shot, there we go, was dance. And which was a really bad decision because we couldn't really take pictures of where I danced. It wasn't the greatest place, so I just used like stock pictures. Yeah, and this is like a mind map of just different stock pictures of dance, and none of this I used, and it's really bad now that I look at it. Yeah, and then my next topic was parks of the world. Wow. Could do 2. I chose to do 2 different places and I wanted to combine them, and you'll see how I combine them in a second, well, in later on in the video. But I did parks of the world, which is amazing because I've not been to many parks of the world. But we just have a park that's near us, so I decided to take pictures of nature. These are all my own photography. Yeah, and this is just a mind map that I made. None of these pictures I actually used in my final piece, by the way, which was quite a big mistake, I think. I still got quite a high grade for it, but I just never used any of this. So moving on, we did some observational drawing. This is just a place like where I live in my town. And then I did some drawings of like seeds, like sycamore seeds, and whatever this thing is. And then point shoes, and yeah, so as you can see, it's alright. Like, this is pretty much the standard of most of people in my class. And there's not really much annotation, which is really kind of disappointing. And yeah, so then I did some more drawing. This was of a crystal, which my art department actually lost. Thank you very much. And then I did an acorn and some more photography. this isn't my picture, by the way. This is another stock photo or one I got from Pinterest or something, but these four are my own photography. Yeah. Yeah, more primary drawing. These are all graphite, so as you can see the picture of the point shoe, the tree, this is a tree trunk by the way, and again the seed, I don't know what it is, and then we did monoprinting, which if you don't know what monoprinting is, it's where you put a thin layer of ink on a surface and you then you trace an image and it comes out like this. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it was quite fun to do. And then we moved on to artist research, which if you don't know is the kind of bulk of your art GCSE or your art grade. And honestly, we couldn't choose our own artist, and I just really wanted to get stuff done. So I didn't really put any thought into my final piece when I was choosing my artist. I was just looking at their art style and what I liked. So I picked Karen Tarleton, I think is how you pronounce her name, and she does these really great oil paintings, like impasto oil paintings. I didn't really think about what I was going to use in my final piece, so I just kind of ended up using this because it was the only thing I had. I didn't really do much research, but yeah. This is a recreation of one of her pieces. It's just an acrylic paint. It took me like half an hour to do. I really wasn't thinking much when I did it. And then I did some more. These are my own responses. By the way, the other one was a transcription. That's like a copy. And these are my own pieces done in her style. Yeah, again, I didn't really put much thought into it. I just kind of did it. And then the next artist I looked at was Valentina Ramos. And now she has these really intricate designs, which I think are done digitally. But I really didn't have any digital equipment back then. I'm still really not very good at digital art, so it wasn't really the one for me, but I just liked the art style. And so I kind of linked it somehow, I think. I don't actually remember how I linked it. But yeah, I did this peacock drawing of this, one of her images, and then I did this, which I think it was just an image on Pinterest that I saw. So it's not actually my own idea, and I never use this idea again. It's just kind of a little animal. I don't actually know what it is. And then a lotus flower, because I like lotus flowers. Yeah. And then I think I did one more artist. Oh no, this was like half-term homework, so we had to do some observational drawing. So this is graphite, colour pencil. This was back when I did not know how to use coloured pencils, by the way. Pen and ink. GCSE art seems to love pen and ink for some reason. I really hate it. This was just biro, and this was coloured pencil as well. And all of these are stock images. They're not my own images, which again, I hate. Please use your own images. For those of you who are doing GCSE art, please use your own images. I didn't. This is just a random Pinterest photo. This is a Pinterest photo. Oh no, this is my own image. This one's my own image. But this is a picture of James Whiteside, who is a ballet dancer. And this is just a sunflower. And what was next? There was something else. Ooh, oh, okay. So I decided to do another artist who was called Kelvin Okafor. I think that's how you pronounce his name. So he does like realistic portraits, and I actually have lots to give to Kelvin Okafor because he is the one who got me into doing realistic portraits. So doing this project actually helped me get into where I am today. So thank you, Kelvin, and thank you, GCSE Art. But as you can see, this doesn't really link to portraiture, my project, which was A Sense of Place. I kind of made it link, but it doesn't really link. So I just wanted to do portraits. So this is a recreation. And then these are my own drawings. Again, this is not my own photography, obviously. This is Maisie Williams. This is Isaiah Peck. I used to love The Next Step, so I had to add it in somehow. These are just my own drawings of them. And then I did Brian Olay. Again, if you watch The Next Step, you'll know who they are. I used to love The Next Step, but I don't like it anymore, but I really love these drawings still. These were my first like proper drawings where I actually paid attention to like the proportions and all of the shading and that. So that was really fun. And then the next thing we looked at was lino cutting and printing. Now, I really enjoy lino cutting and printing, but I didn't really enjoy it like in the topic. I just like doing it for myself, and I actually have some lino prints up on my Etsy if you want to go and check them out. I'll put the link in the description if you want to have a look at my Etsy shop. But yeah, so we just did some information about lino cutting and printing. As you can see, this art book is more writing and like pictures other than just actual artwork, which I think is great, but you need to have actual artwork in there as well. And again, this is just writing, none of this is my own on this page. I really like the black backgrounds, as you'll see in my future videos. But yeah, so we did polyboard printing first, which is like using polystyrene and you scrape into it with a pen. If you know what lino cutting is, it's basically where you get a block of lino and you just carve a design into it, you put ink on it and you print it onto paper. It's really fun to do, I really enjoy doing it. But this is just kind of a more basic way of preparing you to do a lino cut. So I use this picture of a flower. This is my own picture, by the way. And I just printed it on different surfaces. I actually kind of like it. Not the best polyboard print, but I kind of like it. It's like my first steps towards lino printing. And then I did another one. I don't think I copied it from anything. I just kind of did it. And it's just another polyboard print. As you can see, it's nowhere near as smooth as a lino print. But you have the same ideas, basically. And oh my god, I hate this page so much. Basically, this is like mark making, so different marks you can make in the lino. Yeah, nothing special. I really don't like this page. I like having my pages full and colourful and very dense. I just really don't like this page. Okay, so I love this page though. This is like one of my favourite pages in this book, or my favourite spread anyway. So this is when we could actually move on to doing our lino printing. So I did the picture of the sunflower, which you might remember from my observational drawing. So I did a picture of the sunflower, I carved it into lino, and I really enjoyed it. So I did some black and white prints, I did some green ones, I did some orange ones, I did some yellow ones. I really like these yellow ones, by the way. You can't really see it on camera, but I really love these yellow ones. Oh, and I also did some white ones as well. And then I also did this one of a wasp. I didn't use a reference for this, I just kind of did it. And then, oh yeah, I love this page spread as well. So I used the wasp print, and I added some yellow and some black on yellow and some black on white. And then I used over, like, I typed out a passage from my favourite book, and I used that to print on. I think it looks really cool. It looks kind of like a sketchbook, like an explorer's sketchbook, I think. Yeah, I really like this page. I just think it looks so cool. And this page is just writing. It's about like doing multiple colours when you're lino printing. It's not really that interesting. And yeah, I went a little bit further and I did a few more lino prints with the sunflower. So I did a yellow and a green one, and added some brown in there as well. And I just did a brown and red one. And then I used the wasp. I'm not really fond of these prints. I think they look okay on the camera, but if you look up close, they're not actually that great. But yeah, I just tried to do as much two-colour printing as I could because I really enjoyed it. And then we moved on to colour theory. This was just more of like a module. It wasn't really related to the topic, but we just had to kind of do it anyway. So I just did this like little title page. And then we did tints, which is when you add white to your colour. And then shades, which is when you add black to your colour. Then I really don't know. I don't really like this idea anymore, but I just printed out loads of collages of images that like correlated to the colour. So we did like analogous, harmonious, complementary colours and all of that. And then we did warm colours, and this is like a collage. And then I did like words associated with warmth. And yeah, as you can see, it's like a collage. I really I spent way too long on this. I remember I was watching Les Mis and like it took me longer than Les Mis, and that's a long movie. So then I did this as well. It's just cold colours. Actually, it looks quite good, but again, I'm not really a fan of it. And then I did more photography. Again, these two, well, most of these aren't mine. The robin is, that one's not, that one is, that one's not. Don't tell my art teacher. And then we were doing watercolor techniques, and as you can see, my watercolor has really improved. That's one thing I really am proud of. I really have made quite a bit of progress, as you will see in the next parts of this video. So I did watercolor techniques, which again, they're not really great. Then did some experimenting with watercolor, just like random drawings or paintings even. And then yeah, I have this one on my Instagram still, I think. If you go back like right down, you'll probably be able to see it. Yeah, and then we did acrylic techniques, which is the same kind of thing as the color theory. We just did a big page of just different acrylic techniques, so using palette knives and like textured paper, none of which I actually used in my final piece, but you know, it was fun. And some more, and then this fox painting. If you've been following me for a while, he used to be like my profile picture. I now have a new fox picture. But I really liked this one at the time, and I didn't use any of these in it, but I just kind of liked it, so I put it in as a response. Again, I think I just copied it from like a Pinterest image. It wasn't my own image, but you know, but yeah. And then, oh, I hate this page so much. We did like planning outcomes for our final piece, because this is all working up to a final piece. But yeah, these are like compositions. Like I was going to do an acrylic painting. And then I did some leaves, just some different sketches. I printed out this thing of leaves, which I really didn't need to. I did some ink drawings and some pencil drawings, and I think this is watercolor. And then just, oh, these are in the style of Valentina Ramos. Got to get that artist research in there. And then just some development. I wanted to do this as like a background. I kind of like this painting. I really didn't like it at the time, but I do kind of like it. And this is a picture, I think, from Norway. Then I did these two little paintings of what I wanted to do, because my idea was to do summer and winter, so like two canvases for my final piece. This was in the style of Tarleton. And then this next one was, oh no, I have another page. This one was, I think I had another page in here somewhere, but I think it must have fallen out. This book is really flimsy. But then I did I think this is pencil drawing of like what the composition I wanted to do, which was like two dancers like dancing, and the idea was that he was part of nature and he was kind of taking her with him. I think it was kind of a good idea at the time, but I just didn't really like do it very well. Like, great flavour, not very well executed, as Paul Hollywood would say. Yeah. And then here is my idea for my final piece. So it's just a mock-up. It's not the greatest thing in the world. And then, are you ready? This painting is shocking. Wow, look at that. That is something else. Yeah, I will not dwell on that, but it is an acrylic painting. Yeah, it's really not great, is it? Yeah. And then, oh yeah, I'll go and get my final pieces. Bear with me one sec. So this is the first winter piece that I did. As you can see, it's actually quite big. It's on a canvas, as you can see. And I just used acrylic paint for it. It's nothing really special. There's no like texture, it's completely flat. And I think I might actually paint over this. I might use the canvas again, because I'm not doing anything with this, and although it's like sentimental art, they say canvases are expensive, or they can be expensive, so I might reuse this canvas and I might make a YouTube video about it, so subscribe. So yeah, I wasn't overly pleased with my final pieces, but they came through. They were good quality for a first time doing like an art module. And by the way, this isn't my actual GCSE, it was one of the first topics we did, so the first exam, like mock exams we did. We did 3 mock exams, and then we did our actual one, which you'll see soon. So yeah, this is winter, as I called it. It's not really winter, it's just, you know. I don't really even know where I was going with these ideas, honestly. I just wanted to get something done. And then this was the summer one. Oh, this is just like my evaluation. Oh yeah, this was another drawing I did. I think it fell out of my book. I don't actually know where it is. Oh no, here it is. I missed out a page. Yeah, I just did. Because I liked the idea of the ballerina. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll show you this bit as well. Yeah, that's the pencil drawing. Yeah, I like the idea of the ballerina, just with her tutu like that. So, yeah, at the time it was a good idea, but right now it's just, I really don't like it, and I still really don't like this final outcome, and neither did my teacher, which is fun. Okay, so this is the next one that I did. It was the summer one. Yeah, it's really not great. But at the time I thought it was a good idea. I think even at the time I really didn't like it. But I think it's, yeah, again, I might paint over this one. It's just, I'm just not a fan of it. I mean, maybe that could be a good video idea. I might repaint it. Yeah, subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you want me to do that, because I think I'd quite like to do that. And then I did, like, my teacher wanted me to do an extension project, which was looking at the different, like, bark on trees and, like, textures, because she wanted me to add more textures into my paintings, which I can definitely understand. So I did these are 2 illustrations of bark, and this is I remember doing this all in one day. Like, I stayed until like 5:30 in the art room to finish this, because I was waiting for my sister to do something, I don't remember, but yeah, I remember doing this all in one sitting, and it was quite time consuming. And then this is just a page of just random textures that I printed out. Nothing too special, it's just more like a mind map, really. And then all of this is my artwork, so I used like colour pencils. Again, I still really didn't know how to use colour pencils, but I used colour pencils, I used chalk, I think, and then pastels, watercolour, chalk, pencil, chalk, and these are all different textures. And then I used watercolour again, acrylic paint, acrylic paint. I really quite like this page, actually. It's not the greatest artwork, but I think it's a good example of a good spread of a page that you can use for artwork. I think I really quite like it. It's really worked and dense, which is kind of what I like in my art book. So yeah. And then I just did a page on bark textures, which I think some of this is my own photography, some of it's not, I don't remember what is, honestly. Then I just did some paintings of the bark. And then I did an extension piece, which I'll show you right now. And then this is the extension piece that I did. If you look up close, you can kind of see the texture in there, but the acrylic paint I used really wasn't great. It was really cheap acrylic paint. So when you try and do that impasto kind of texture, it just doesn't work very well. But I actually quite like this painting. Again, I might repaint it as a video idea, but yeah. The idea's there, but not very well executed. Yeah, I never even put a picture in it, because I think I ran out of time, because we were starting a new project and I was kind of like into that other project already, and I didn't have time to finish this one. But my idea was to use the mangroves in, I don't even know where the mangroves are, let's be honest. But I wanted to look at the mangroves because I liked them because they had branches underneath the water, so I could use the branch texture and the water texture and the tree texture, which in my painting I didn't really use, but the idea is there. So yeah. And then I think that is it. Oh, and we did an analysis, but yeah, that took me so long, and it didn't even get looked at, by the way. I spent so many hours stressing over this analysis, and it was never used. So yeah. But that is my first art book, which we did for GCSE, all finished. So as you can see, it's not the greatest start to an art project, but it is what kick-started everything. If without this project, I wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today. So I do have quite a lot to owe to it. I just think I had some great ideas, I just didn't work hard enough in the first year. I just really didn't take it seriously enough. So if you did enjoy this video, then definitely give it a thumbs up, because I will be doing a part 2 and a part 3 showing you my other art books. If you want to see the rest of my art GCSE journey, then definitely subscribe. I'll try and post some more new videos. I really want to get back into doing YouTube. I used to really enjoy it, and I hope to get back into it soon. So definitely leave me some video suggestions down below as well. I would love to see your guys' ideas, and I would love to do them. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in part 2. Bye!